What's going on, everyone? This is Jay from Premier Gaming Entertainment. I know this is a little bit of a different environment as far as where I usually make my videos, but the usual space where I make them is kind of being occupied. So this will kind of fit. I might be making this video, these types of video from here from time to time. Anyways, what I wanted to talk about was the game that just went final between Michigan and Florida. This is my analysis and takeaways video for week 1. So I watched the game from start to finish, and like I had mentioned in my predictions video, I was real nervous going into the game because I just didn't know what to expect. I didn't know who was going to be starting for the most part on either offense or defense, except for a few players here and there. And so I got a chance to, obviously in the game, see who's going to be, the quote-unquote stars for this year. And, right off the bat, we played, it was a tale of two halves, I will say. First half, we played bad, and, okay, I won't say the best way I could put it is we had a bad sequence of 2 possessions where he threw back-to-back pick sixes. If you take away those 2 instances of the game, this was just an all-out dominating game by Michigan. If you look at it, Florida only put 3 points on offense on the board for the whole game, and that was on the opening possession of the game. After that, they couldn't do much of anything. They had a few, big sort of chunk plays here and there, but when you look at it, the ending stats, Michigan doubled them as far as total yards. In the second half, won the battle as far as the turnovers go. Their defense looked very, very good. So I'm just going to kind of break down what I saw from offense, defense. On offense, I think there are definitely some concerns. Running game looked pretty good with the split between Higdon, Chris Evans, and surprisingly the back that seemed to get the biggest chunk yards and be the most productive was actually Ty Isaac, which is kind of surprising to me. I thought Chris Evans, who looks like he's going to be the starter, he was okay, but he didn't really break anything out except for maybe like 1 or 2 runs. But the running game looked really good, especially running to the left behind Bredesen and Mason Cole. Running to the left seems to be where the bread and butter is going to be. But running game I thought was really, really good against a very good, up front defensive line, just defense overall for Florida. So as far as that goes, I think that they did well against a very good defense. Passing game is so-so. I think that's where I'm the most concerned. For a stretch there, it looked like Willen Spate just kind of regressed. The first interception was kind of his fault. I know the guy was saying you should get 2 hands on it, but once you get 2 hands on it, you should make the catch, which is true, but the throw was kind of high. So, that one's kind of like 50-50. Second throw, I don't know where he was throwing at. He missed him about by good 10 feet. Like, it was just a bad throw. So, he made some good throws down the field, I will say. The touchdown to Tariq Black was spot on. That bomb that he threw to Eubanks, spot on. But he missed a couple of throws like that. He had one where it was a guaranteed touchdown to Crawford on that kind of like rub play, and he just threw it out of bounds. So accuracy looks like it's still going to be slightly an issue as far as Wilton Spate goes. Another dynamic that I noticed on there that was kind of strange is that they decided to go with this whole dynamic of having both the quarterbacks play. Not sure what that was all about, but according to the announcers that this was something that was planned, and that they were going to give both guys a chance. John O'Corn still, I don't know. To me, still doesn't look like Harbaugh has any confidence in him throwing the football for the most part. Because when he was in there, mostly it was running plays. He did make a few throws, but mostly just hand the ball off. So I don't know what that's all about. I mean, I would feel more comfortable in them just sticking to one guy if he's going to be your guy. But what do I know? I'm just a guy making a video, so they know what they're doing. So maybe it's just something that they're just working through. I don't know. As far as the receivers go, bunch of drop balls. The first pick six was a drop. Few drops, a few balls thrown behind receivers too. So that goes back to the quarterback and accuracy. But a few drops that were very noticeable. But I noticed that they didn't really, for the most part, have those young guys in there. Peoples-Jones got in there, a few times. Tariq Black seemed to actually play more than Peoples-Jones, and obviously, scored the first touchdown of the game. But it's really more of the older guys that were in there. Older meaning like basically one more year than the freshmen, but it looks like for the most part it's going to be the sophomores and juniors that are going to be getting the touches, and then here and there they're going to throw in these freshman receivers. So I don't know if they're going to keep that up for the rest of the year, or this is just kind of getting their feet wet before they really throw them in there probably next year. I don't know. But for the most part, their offense looked decent. Like I said, some concerns with the passing accuracy. Maybe it's just first game jitters. Maybe it's just them getting acclimated with the new receivers. I don't know. But, they were able to move the ball against a very decent Florida team. So I will give it to them for that. On defense, I don't know if this was just that they were this good on defense or just that Florida's offense was that bad. I'm going to say it's a combination of both. I mean, they played very sound. For the most part, nobody was out of position. Didn't give up any very, very big plays or anything like that. Gave up some chunk plays, but for the most part kept Florida in front of them. No one got beat. No one, for the most part, missed any tackles. They got pressure on the quarterback late, but during the first half, they really didn't get too much pressure, or didn't really get to the quarterback like that. Second half was a different story altogether. Started getting pressure, sacking the quarterback, getting turnovers. So, I mean, I was very impressed with the defense, but like I said, I don't know whether it's that they're this good or if it's just that Florida was that bad. I mean, Florida didn't look very explosive. I know that they were missing two of their best, their starting running back and their best wide receiver. So I know that had something to do with it. I don't know if it would have been, a game changer as far as that goes, but I'm sure it was key to, some of their lack of offensive production. So overall, I give an A for the defense. They did good. Offense, I give it like maybe a C as far as it goes. Special teams, that was also something that was kind of, first I was going to give it an A+, but then he missed the last 2 kicks, especially the last kick, which I thought was very makeable. But still, I mean, he hit 2 50-yard field goals, including that 55-yard, man, that I didn't even... I remember when they called in the kicking team, I said, is Harbaugh crazy? I thought he was joking, but, I mean, he made the 55-yarder. I mean, barely, but, I mean, a make is a make. So, really impressed with the kicking. You know, our kicker, very, very talented, big leg. So that I was real excited about. You know, we've had our ups and downs with the kicking game for the last couple of years. So to see him come in and make some big kicks in, you know, a stage such as playing, you know, in AT&T Stadium was amazing. So for that, you know, I still give that an A. Punt returning with Peoples-Jones, he looks real dynamic. Looks like he's going to be a difference maker back there. We didn't give up any, you know, punt returns or big returns in the kicking game, and we even forced a turnover on one of their kick returns. So I guess overall I still give them an A for the special teams. They did a good job, you know, and overall I just say that it was an A for effort, a very good game overall. And this was the game that we had to get out the gate. You know, I was kind of nervous going into halftime with us being down. But, I mean, let's be honest. If it weren't for those 2 pick sixes, you're looking at them only scoring 3 points. So, I mean, it was a very, very dominating game from start to finish, even though the score doesn't necessarily dictate it. But offensively, they couldn't do anything. Defensively, they did well against us, but we still managed to move the football. So, very good game for us, very dominating game for us. Very good game, very good win for us out the gate against a top quality ranked opponent. I mean, these are the non-conference games that you want to get and get a notch in your belt with. Say that you beat such and such team, neutral site game. So proud of the team, proud of the way they played, and you know, we'll just move forward and see, you know, how we do, you know, game by game. It's good that, you know, like I said, we played a quality opponent with these young guys for them to get, you know, reps, get them used to playing in a game environment. And, you know, also getting these young guys to play, like I said, not in a home game, but in a neutral site game where, you know, it's in a huge stage, and, you know, that's good for their confidence. So, that's it for the video. Thank you for watching it. Definitely, you know, leave a like on the video if you can. Comment in the comment section below about how you felt about how well we did, how well we played, what you felt we could do improvement for, what surprised you. Just discuss whatever you can in the comment section below, and try to share the video with as many people as possible and get the discussion going about Michigan football. And if you like the content, definitely subscribe to the channel. Like I said, you know, this is what I do for each Michigan game. I'm doing the predictions video, and afterwards I'll be doing my summary, which is our takeaways and analysis video, which is what I'm doing today. By the way, I did get some flack from the previous video I did for my predictions video, from people that I posted on Reddit, and some people had, you know, stuff to say about that. As far as it not being a prediction video, I didn't make a prediction and all that, which I pretty much assumed that they didn't watch the video in full and maybe skipped through it, because I fully qualified the video with my explanation of why I wasn't going to give a score for it. Going forward now that I've seen who's going to be starting for us, who's going to be playing big minutes and playing reps, now I have a feel of who does what and, you know, how well we play, so that I can give a better analysis. I'm still not someone who does scores per se. I mean, I might do it, but usually my predictions that I make are me basically explaining what I feel is going to happen in the game, as far as from strategy-wise, what's going to happen offensively, defensively. You know, I'll pretty much let you know the outcome of the game, which, by the way, I was pretty accurate in saying, you know, for the most part it was going to be 1 to 2 touchdowns is what I said, and score was exactly that. Pretty much would have been 1 touchdown game had it not been for that last turnover by Chase Winovich to strip stack and then the touchdown. But that's what I do. So anyways, thank you for watching the video, and enjoy your Labor Day weekend, and go Blue!